All right, guys. So I noticed the other one was really, really long. I'll probably actually put that video in here as well. And it goes through all my explanations, everything in there for it. But I want to do a quicker version so that way you guys aren't spending 20 minutes watching a video showing you what the objectives are. Wow, this literally was not in the other video when I did that, so this is kind of cool. Optimize your ad. That's actually cool. So they're doing a new thing with YouTube kind of thing, where YouTube, if they watch 30 seconds of your video or less, then you don't get paid. So this is actually kind of cool. Hopefully they extend that time and it's more like 5 seconds, because 2 seconds really isn't much. But literally just recorded a 20-minute video, came back and reloaded this page, and that exists now. So now we're going to go ahead and make this really short. I've already made this kind of long. So brand awareness, reach, getting in front of people. Pretty much that's all you're going to do with those ones. You got traffic. You're sending them to a landing page. You're sending them to wherever you want to, anywhere you want to put them. Engagement. People are engaging with your page. Basically, you can run remarketing audiences based off people that have liked it, commented on it, shared it, whatever you want. You can do that kind of stuff. App installs. Pretty similar. If you guys have any questions on these ones, literally just go here and hover over it, and it'll kind of give you a better awareness of what's going on. Video views, my all-time personal favorite. Reason for that is because I love remarketing, and we're going to get into that in a later section, but I absolutely love video views, remarketing, all that kind of stuff. Because everything else, and make sure you're listening to this point. If you don't understand it, completely fine. You'll understand it later as we go into more of the remarketing stuff and creating custom audiences and putting pixels on websites and all that kind of stuff. But for this, it requires no pixels, no nothing. It's literally everybody's on Facebook, and instead of having a reach or brand awareness where you're trying to get in front of people, this is video views. So people that have viewed 25% of your video, 10 seconds of your video, 30 seconds of your video. It's a 6-minute video and they viewed 50% of it, or 75% of it. Those people are going to be engaged, of course, more than people that view 10 and 30 seconds of your video. You can have a lot longer to explain things to them. So you can say, maybe it's a 6-minute video, or you're testing a 1-minute video versus a 6-minute video. You have a 1-minute video on there, and you're marketing to everybody that did 75% of that video, because it's a much smaller video. So you got the 45 seconds on there. People only watch 45 seconds of your 1-minute video. If it's a very good short explainer video, perfect. If not, you're going to kind of want to hit them with more ads, or more something else before you send them directly to a sales page or directly to the product page. You may want to send them to an article. You may want to send them to other stuff like that. But for, say, a 6-minute video and you're doing a 50% of that one, even though it looks like your marketing audience is less because it's 50%, you're actually more because, of course, it's 3 minutes versus 45 seconds. Somebody watches 3 minutes of your video, they're going to be pretty entertained. They're going to learn a lot from you. Hopefully in that time period you get your point across. Maybe you don't have testimonials in the beginning of it. Maybe you don't have some of the other stuff that you may want in there for people to see. You can always remarket to them to try and get them to watch more, but you got them enough information that you can send them to your sales page, to your product page, to whatever you're trying to do. So if you're trying to do Amazon versus a Shopify store, it's much different. You can't put pixels on Amazon. Unfortunately, you can't do any of that kind of stuff and remarket to people on Amazon and push people back to there, like you can do on Shopify and other e-commerce platforms that you own yourself, the actual site. So video views are fan-freaking-tastic for remarketing audiences and getting people to know your brand over and over and over. Think of a TV commercial that you can actually track. If somebody put a TV commercial in front of you, and then they could say, all right, you watched 10 seconds of it before you started fast forwarding. Well, okay, we know at 10 seconds you learned this much. Now let's remarket to you based on you knowing this much of our product, or seeing at least this much of the product, or anticipating maybe you watched 3 minutes, but you only heard a minute and a half of the content. So we know you should at least be this much educated about our brand. Cannot go on enough about this. Video views, fantastic. Lead generation, I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's been so long since I've run them, they change the names on these things all the time, but lead generation, I'm pretty sure, is just the lead ads in Facebook. I haven't run one of those in so long, like I said, but I believe it's just a lead form, unless they've changed something in there. They probably have. I stopped running them, and most everybody stopped running them. You saw them for a couple months there, but after that, they all went away. I know people ask me why I'm not seeing lead ads, why are you not using lead ads for me, that kind of stuff. I got more people that that's awesome. But if all you have to do is click a button, it autofills your information, you click another button, it's way too easy. If you have email autoresponders, if you have a store or you're trying to do product sales, which we'll get to soon over here, it's all automated. So, okay, great. You have somebody that's, maybe not as qualified going into your store or coming to your blog or doing whatever you're trying to do to get them as you remarket to those people through their email address or whatever you're collecting from them, phone number, texting, whatever. It's usually optimized through automation. So if you're actually trying to call these people and say you're trying to book time with them to speak or you're trying to get them as a client or something like that, just don't waste your time. Honestly, use a landing page, use something else that offers a little bit more friction. Facebook loves lead generation and their lead ads because it keeps people on Facebook, but to be honest with you, it's kind of a waste. A lot of people even have outdated information. So you get somebody's phone number from 2013 or their email address from 2016 or whatever it is. It doesn't really matter. It could be outdated. They could have changed everything by now. Just don't use it. Messages, great. Send them to Messenger and basically, get more people to send messages to your business in Messenger, and then go ahead and do a chatbot. Do some other cool stuff on there. Have a conversation with them. It's definitely different than email because email is more of automation. You're pushing things out to the customer unless you're actually writing emails directly to them. But for the most part, the chatbot is a little more interactive. You can get a little bit more answers from your customer. It's a little more back and forth conversation. Versus just emails of like, hey, here's value, 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 sell you something, value, 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 sell you something, that kind of thing. Conversions here. Conversions is basically, somebody purchased on your store. That's what it's going to track. It's going to track you and say, all right, I spent $130 and we got 10 people to buy on the store and the product's worth $50 and, whatever. So, or you're selling a course and, it's $500 that you made. But for the most part, it's conversions. You have to have a certain amount of conversions for Facebook to actually be able to even optimize for it. So that's why I don't recommend that as a number one unless you're putting a lot of ad spend behind it. If you're doing, say, $5,000 a month or higher, awesome. Maybe you can start with conversions because you can split test at that point, and still your split tests should be able to optimize themselves within that category. So you have 2,500 for each split test you're doing, whatever you're trying to do on that one. I recommend doing an engagement or a video view or something like that with, $5, $10, $20 a day on those different ad sets. It adds up quite a bit. I mean, you can easily get to a couple $1,000 a day just doing split testing on that one to start out with, to figure out which ads are going to get the most engagement, get the most views, all that kind of stuff. But conversions, you almost have to start at bottom of the funnel and then kind of lead up. So say somebody maybe becomes a lead, okay, that's a conversion. Somebody then adds something to their cart, okay, that's a conversion. Somebody then bought a low-end offer, then that's a conversion. Somebody buys a free plus shipping, that's a conversion, and then you kind of lead them up into they bought the one-time upsell for $100 or $1,000, and then they went on to the next one, and then they signed up for coaching for 10 grand, and then they sign up. It steps up one after the other, and that way you can train your pixel each way. It might even just be add to carts to begin with, especially if you're doing Shopify or something like that. Now, it's a little different if you're doing Amazon because, of course, you can't track your shopping carts. You can't track all that kind of stuff, but you can lead people to sales pages. You can lead people to articles. You can lead people to other things before they get to your Amazon listing, so that way you've already branded your product in their mind, and then when they get to Amazon and they see a million other products on there, they're not going to be thinking of the million other products because they're going to be like, oh, I trust this brand because this brand just informed me why I should buy from them. This brand did whatever. I trust the guy that was in the video. Whatever. It doesn't really matter why. They just are like, hey, I have a connection to this brand. I like it. Price is good. Let's do it. And they'll purchase from you guys. But that way we can remarket based on who went to the sales page, who went to articles, who got emails, who, opted in, who did different things. Maybe if you have a higher end product, you can do opt-ins and other stuff like that. Then we go on to catalog sales, pretty much the same thing as conversions, but this is basically for Shopify, BigCommerce, Wix, Squarespace, whatever you own the store. So it's not Amazon. Unfortunately, guys, if you guys are doing Amazon, it's not you guys. So that one is literally somebody looked at a cat product and maybe they added it to cart. Cool, we're going to go ahead and give them a carousel ad or a video or whatever we're going to try and remarket to them. Most likely it's going to be a carousel ad or just a image because that's what's going to be pulled from your site. We're just going to remarket to those people based on those items, and then they'll get more cat products. Somebody saw dog stuff, somebody saw camping gear, they're going to get camping gear. We don't want somebody to go to our site and we have 3 different stores within one store, and we have cats, dogs, and camping gear, and somebody looked at cats and we sell them, we show them a tent. We're not doing that. Store visits is in-person store visits. That's it. You're doing a pop-up, cool, you're a local business, gotcha, get more store visits, just get people in the door. So, hope this helps. This was the overview, and then we will jump into more stuff now.